let's get to it. The first topic of today's stream, which is my secret event. Because I have been busy working behind the scenes, and I've been doing a lot of calls, meetings, DMs, texts to try to get it off the ground. And I think a lot of you guys know what it is, but I don't think you know what it is. And by that, I mean, you've probably heard, at least at this point, my GOAT Gamer Challenge, my GOAT Gamer Contest. Maybe you've seen this video, but what people might not know is how the hell you determine it. And to this point, really the only thing that has kind of released about it is maybe who's playing in it, and then this vague list of games, which has left a lot of people confused because they're like, okay, what the heck are these games doing here? How are these games even formatted? How does this determine who the GOAT gamer is? And so my job today is to explain that all to you. And to start, I need to explain who is competing in this event. And so let's go over it because we got a lot of good gamers. The first pool was announced on the day of the event, which is right here. Tens, Nemsco, Sonic Fox, and Super. So for some context, if you guys don't know who these people are, Tens, probably the single most popular Valorant player of all time, plays for Sentinels. Nemo, a chess women's grandmaster, and also Irelia, League of Legends connoisseur, gamer. Sonic Fox, they're the GOAT of FGC. They have like 6 Evos or some shit. Insane. Super TF, who, of course, 2-time Overwatch League champion. Already off the rip, a lot of GOAT gamers in a lot of different sectors. But what I noticed really quickly after announcing this event is how many people were interested in even competing in it. It kind of blew my mind. I reach out personally to any creator or gamer to do my events, which is always a little bit nerve-wracking. Because like I'm basically asking someone to spend their time doing my thing, and it can feel a bit selfish at times. So I don't like reaching out because, you know, rejection's tough, but I have to reach out. Weirdly enough, though, this is one of the events where I announced it, and I had people coming up to me trying to join. And because of that, our pool of gamers went from what I thought would be pretty good to fucking insane. I was honestly kind of nervous about the event until we dropped the video, because now, after that came out, we have Jerax. And I'm going to show you guys a quick little website here. It's called esportsearnings.com. I'm going to give you one guess onto what that website does. That's right. It tracks the esports earnings of people. And if you go to players and you look by most earnings all time by any esports player in any single game, you will see number 1 is No Tail and number 2 is Jerax with a lifetime earning of $6.486 million. The 2-time TI champion, the international, the largest gaming event ever. And he's competing at the event. And by the way, he's grinding. He is grinding his ass off. I've heard, he's not been streaming it, that Jerax is going for glory here. He's good at apparently every game he touches, which I guess is no shock for someone who's won TI twice. Alongside Jerax, we have the GOAT, Mango, Smash player, Jaden, Pokemon elite champion. And she's also asked me several times, Ludwig, why did you invite me? And the answer is because I want a variety of people, right? Like I want somebody who did Dota. I want someone from FGC. I want someone from Smash. I want someone from Valorant. I want someone from chess. And I want someone from like Pokemon variety gaming. And by the way, Jaden, a world record holder. Sure, it's in, what is it, Cookin' Mama? Still counts. Still a world record as far as I'm concerned. And we'll talk about the format and why I think she has a bigger chance than people might expect in a little bit. But let's keep going through the players. We also should talk here about E-Rob, because I actually think E-Rob is a secret sleeper pick to win it all. E-Rob has been grinding all of these games, not just for my contest, but for a while now. Like E-Rob has been doing a bunch of Rocket League, Street Fighter, Tetris for a long time. And although he is not amazing at anything, he's good at a lot. And a lot of these gamers are very specialized people. So let's go to the next chart over here. For example, Clayster. Clayster is a Call of Duty legend, but Clayster is also very specialized in Call of Duty. And so I don't know how Clayster's going to do day one, where the games are Fall Guys, Fortnite, Trackmania, and Minecraft. I don't know how much it really helps to have that Call of Duty experience. Now, the person who I think going into this contest is the favorite to win it all, that's Void. If you don't know Void, he's an all-around elite gamer. Like, if you look at his peak stats on all the games he played, he never plays a game casually. He gets good at everything he does. I don't even think he's interested in engaging with something unless he is doing it at a high level. And so because of that, because he knew which games were going to be in this, I believe he has grinded the most out of anyone going into this. Check out his stream right now. Yeah. Yeah, he's literally grinding Trackmania right now competitively. He's doing like a teams Trackmania event, and he's in first. Yeah, I think there's a chance he wins it all, but it'll be tough, and we'll get to the format again in just a minute. But let's get back to it. We also have a typo here because this is supposed to be Shifter. Shifter, by the way, who's also a God gamer. Shifter feels like a God gamer differently from Void, though, right? Like, Void feels like a God gamer because Void will grind whatever game he wants to get good at and get amazing at it. Shifter, I feel like, touches a game and spawns at like a diamond level. Obviously, that's not true. Like, he definitely grinds, but that's the aura that he gives off. That he just plays a game and he's just amazing at it. And he basically helped me firsthand win that Valorant tournament that we won like a month ago. That was basically all him and Cryo carrying us. Next, we had Vicky. This is where I have to announce Vicky will no longer be in the competition. I believe Vicky couldn't make it last second. I believe there was some issue with a visa to get into the country. It's a little bit difficult, I think. I think that was the issue. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I believe that was the issue. Vicky can't make it, which is a bummer, which is why one of the later graphics is going to have 5 people instead of 4. But we have a lot of good people, including this group right here. Now, normally, if I were to create a gaming contest, the person at the top of everyone's list to win it all would be Small Ant. Small Ant, fucking God gamer. Grinds his ass off, becomes amazing. He's amazing at Minecraft. He's amazing at every Nintendo game. However, there are 2 main issues that I think means Small Ant has a worse chance at winning this. Issue number 1, there are no Nintendo games. This is a YouTube sponsored event, sponsored by YouTube Gaming. We need licenses for every game that we play here. It's not like me running my rinky dink events where I can just do it raw and hope that I don't get in trouble. We have to do it by the book. And Nintendo, not known for giving out licenses to play their games. And that's his main bread and butter. So Small Ant, a little bit nerfed because of that. Issue number 2, he's been traveling. I think he has grinded 2, maybe 3 days total for this event. So I'm a little bit nervous about his odds, but it's also Small Ant, so I'd never sleep on him. Next up, we have Rizzo, who is the only Rocket League pro in this, and that's helpful because Rocket League is at this event, but we'll see if he can keep up in the other esports. Loser Fruit over from Oz. She does a lot of variety games. I think she'll do pretty well as a whole. I think variety gamers have the biggest advantage over any like specific specialization. And then finally Boxbox, who when he puts his head down and grinds is probably up there with Small Ant and Void in his ability to win at anything. However, I think Boxbox is going to bust her out. I think he's going to do dog shit. I think he might just lose outright. I'm not trying to be a hater here, by the way, but Boxbox is known about this event for a little under a month. And if we go over to his channel, we can see that he streamed 216 hours in the past month. That's a lot of hours. We can also see that about 90% of those hours are in teamfight tactics. The remaining hours, Baldur's Gate. And all the way down here is just chatting. So online, at least, he has put 0 time into any games that are at this contest. So I don't know how well he'll do. He also brought up a concern to me, a valid concern. There are no strategy games at this event. We'll go over the format in just a second, by the way. But there are no strategy games, so it's not really his bread and butter. However, I would never sleep on the man. We'll see how he does. And then our final group of 5 to round out to 20 total contestants is Myth, who's a variety gamer. He will probably crush a lot of these. Universe, who is another TI winner, another Dota player. Zekin, who is another Valorant player and pro. Asu, which is super hype. I can't believe he was down to do it. Who is a Apex Legends legend and also just shooting legend. And then Connor Eats Pants, who is a variety gamer and I actually think has a good chance at getting to day 2. And at this point, it's worth talking about what the fuck I mean by day 1 and day 2. Welcome to GOAT Gamer Contests. Okay? How do you determine who the GOAT gamer is? Ludwig is a question a lot of people are asking me. And it's a tough question to answer. It's not an easy question because we have 20 different people who are specialized at different games. And gaming is a huge genre. There's mobile games, there's fighting games, there's shooters. And even within genres, it's a lot different to be good at Fortnite as it is to be good at Valorant, as it is to be good at Call of Duty. But I think you guys would agree with me that the best way to do it would be to cast the widest net. Basically, get the most all-around games and use popularity as a metric for games that would command respect. Like if you are good at, let's say, Minecraft, and you are one of the best Minecraft players in the world, that is probably more valuable than if you happen to be the best Mario Party 2 speedrunner in the world. Because more people play the game, it has more notoriety. I think that's a fair thing to say. And so that was a lot of the logic in the games that we would play, specifically for day 1. And day 1 works very simply. We are playing 4 total games. And the goal of every game is to award points based off how you place in those games. So the first game, for example, is going to be one of these 4. I don't know the exact order, but the first game might be Minecraft. Minecraft's a very popular game. And what I have set up for us is basically a more condensed version of Minecraft Championship. Minecraft Championship, MCC. So we're going to have a bunch of little mini games that people have to play, but rather than it being teams like an MCC, it'll be individuals. You'll get points based off how you perform in the in the actual games, like, you know, Ace Race or Hunger Games, all that stuff. And those points will determine your placings. 1 through 20, right? If you get first, you get like, you know, 10 points. And if you get last, you get like, you know, 1 point. You know what I mean? So you get more points the higher you place. And that's how every single game on day 1 will work. And the 4 games are as follows. We got Fall Guys, Fortnite, Trackmania, and Minecraft. Those are the 4. And I think those are a good range of like a party game, a shooter, a racing game, and then an iconic game like Minecraft. Yeah, the Minecraft map is designed by the people who make MCC, I believe. And then Trackmania, we also have a custom course. I don't think I'm supposed to leak this to you, but I'm gonna because I think it's dope. We have a totally custom Trackmania map. We're going to do a classic Cup of the Day style race where all 20 people are in one lobby. It's going to be super fucking awesome. I think they even have like custom branded sections of the map. I believe one of the sections is called Coot's Corner. It's a pretty tricky map as well. Virtual helped me get this all set up. And then, of course, the map devs themselves. So anyway, that'll be the Trackmania section. And this event will be a LAN, by the way. Like, everybody will be in person in Los Angeles. And not only will they be here in person, I'm allowing everybody to stream their POV. Not everybody has to. It's not like a requirement. I don't want to be like, you gotta stream, you fucker. But, like, a lot of the time, the main broadcast, my perspective, won't capture everything. And if you're just a fan of Void or you're just a fan of Super, you could maybe just watch their POV. And I assume the better they do, the more viewers they'll also receive. Or if they're in an elimination match, their viewership will also go up, and a lot of people will want to see that. And at this point, it's worth explaining the eliminations, because the whole point of this is to narrow down 20 people to 1 to find the GOAT gamer. That is what we're doing here. So I talked about day 1 being this sort of points-based day where you earn points and you gain a ranking through these 4 games. That's true. That's how it will work. And if you're top 4 in terms of points, you will get an advantage for day 2 because you earned it. You did really well day 1. But if you are in the bottom 8, well, and you're going to be entering some elimination matches. If through the first 4 games, after playing Fortnite, Minecraft, Fall Guys, Trackmania, if you're in the bottom 8 of that, if you are part of the worst 40%, then you have to go in a 1v1 against other people in the bottom 8 in a Rocket League 1v1. And if you lose that, you are out of the competition. So 4 people will guaranteed be gone after day 1. And bear in mind, Rizzo is in this contest, so there is a low likelihood that he will get eliminated in this section. However, it's not only eliminations that you need to be scared of. The advantage is also huge for day 2. Now, I don't have the freedom to tell you the exact details of day 2, but day 2 is going to be very savage. We are going to have to eliminate and eliminate hard. So the first 4 people, like the top 4 competitors from day 1, get to skip the first game. They just get a bye. They get to sit back and watch the other 12, right? Because 4 are eliminated. We had 20 to start, 16, 4 get a bye, 12. The other 12 compete. And 6 of those 12, because it's going to be a 6v6 format, are going to have to enter another elimination match. And I'm not going to go over every single minute detail of day 2, but I will go over all of the games that are in day 2, because the games are actually kind of fire. The games for this contest were the hardest part of making it come to life, because you have to pick shit that would actually make the viewers feel like, oh yeah, if you are good at all these, you're actually one of the best gamers in the world. And so the games we came up with, day 1, we already talked about it. Day 2, however, we have Atari Arcade Block. Going to the oldest of old games you can think of, because what better to determine skills than classic Atari games? We also have CSGO 1v1s. Because what is more hype than getting in the ring on some custom map and just trying to shoot somebody's head off? CS 1v1s will be a part of this contest. We also have Street Fighter 6, because if you're gonna do a 1v1, the best way to settle it for the past 20 years has been that fighting game Street Fighter. We also have an unreleased game that you will see for the first time ever, the shooter X Defiant. This will basically be a bit of a soft reveal of X Defiant with some of the best gamers in the world playing it. And then, as we're getting down to it, as we're eliminating more and more people, and this is the one I'm the most hype about, is Tetris. I can't believe we got the rights to Tetris, but to me, it's like the most iconic video game. But to have the range of Tetris to unreleased shooter X Defiant to Atari arcade games to CSGO 1v1s to Street Fighter 6 is such a huge range that if you are able to crush at all of those games, I think the title of GOAT Gamer is only fitting. I also forgot to mention, we will have LEGO 2K Drive. LEGO 2K Drive, I will say right now, though, is not an elimination game, but it will be important in determining seeding for the very next game that will result in you being out of the contest. So it's worth getting first place in LEGO 2K Drive because you get to pick your opponent for a very important elimination match. And at this point, I don't think I'm supposed to leak this, but fuck it, we ball. I want to tell you about the casters of the event, the people who will be on the couch telling you about everything we're talking about right now, which are a lot of people I know very well that I thought I'd vibe well with. Here are the casters of the event. We got myself, Slime, Sajam, Yipes, and Coney. We're going to be on the couch for the whole weekend. A lot of FGC people, but I also biasedly think that FGC commentators are the best in the business. And that's it. That's the big scope of the event. I wanted to just get it on your radar. Get it on your radar, see how you feel about it, and go from there.